All right, guys, we have Brooke here, and Brooke is actually joining us from an RV in beautiful Oregon, originally from Colorado. Guys, pay attention. Brooke recently passed the ACE personal trainer exam, and she's here to share her top tips with you. She's got some incredible tips and some inspiring words to help you make it happen and pass this exam. Brooke, welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. Thank you for this.
Yeah, thank you.
And look, you've been a member of this group for a while, and so many of the students in this group would be asked when somebody passed and did the celebratory photo pass, right? Everyone was like, what did you do? What are your tips? What are your tips? What are your tips?
Yes.
So we came up with this to kind of meet with folks that pass and say, hey, what are those tips? Can you voice them for us? So thank you for taking the time to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Brooke, when did you pass the ACE exam?
A week ago, Friday.
Congrats. Okay. So a week ago, Friday, and about, give or take, how long did you study for this exam?
So I'd say 2.5 months. I got the course done a month early, and then I studied solid 2.5 months.
Okay. So 2.5 months, 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I get that right? 10 weeks. So 10 weeks, you basically, do you have any formal education in exercise science or anatomy?
No.
Okay. So you started this with no formal background in exercise or fitness or nutrition.
Right.
Okay. And in 10 weeks from beginning to end, you passed this exam.
Just the studying part. Yeah. The course took me 5 months, and then just studying for the 10 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. So you went through the course. Which course are you talking about?
They're like ACE. They give you like the 6 months. I did that in 5, and then purely studied for 2.5.
Finished that, purely studied for, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so let me ask you this. Throughout the studying process, did you ever get discouraged?
I did. And there's a lot of information. You get overwhelmed at times.
Mm-hmm.
When I got overwhelmed, I realized I wasn't even focusing. I was just reading,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so much. I'd put my book down and I'd take a 10-minute break, whether that be, just cruise Instagram or just sit there and stare at a wall or take a walk or, just reboot and then come back.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Well, we're going to dive right into it. I just want to literally dive right into it. Let's talk about your top tips of studying and passing for the exam. What exactly did you do in 10 weeks to pass this exam? Let's start with tip number 1.
Tip number 1. Within the course, after I finished the chapter, I would watch Doug's video on that chapter to kind of recap it.
Okay.
I studied as much as I could. I took those practice tests over and over until I aced them. What the problems that I got wrong, I studied off of those.
Where did you watch Doug's videos?
On the Facebook group.
So when we would upload them each week on the Facebook group?
Yes, but there were a few that I did on the YouTube channel.
On Body Design University YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So you would go through the book and then you would watch the chapter review as a kind of recap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Take lots and lots of notes. I got this little book here that I was able to just keep in my purse. So that I'm a busy mom. We do sports. So they're practicing, you pull this sucker out and you just read through it, just get it in your brain there.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I hope you don't mind. And I'm not digging too deep here, but you're on the road, you're like traveling and you're a busy mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I homeschool my boys and then they're in sports also.
So. That's incredible. So let me ask you this, because I'm all into the outdoors. Are your boys experiencing this kind of adventure travel that you're doing?
Yeah. We keep them. I mean, we take them on hikes. We're a dirt bike family, so we all ride dirt bikes. We all snowboard.
Oh,
so
man.
We're very adventurous and we're always out doing something. So
really cool.
They've experienced a lot.
Well, guys, see, you get to know Brooke a little bit more. That's awesome. Brooke, you are my kind of people. So really cool. I know your kids will never forget that stuff. All right, let's dive back to the A. So what's tip number 2?
practice what you learned in your own life and in the gym. Like, for instance, when you're learning about the stretches, the PNF stretches, I instantly went and did them on my husband. Like the math, read your labels and figure out the calories and the protein and all of that. When you're in the gym, when you're working something, think about what muscle you're working, and think, is it proximal, is it distal, what's going on. Look at people, like, not like stare at people, but I would look at people and be like, oh, they're pronating, or oh, their glutes are overactive, or just practice wherever you can. Even walking to the grocery store, I like notice people's back winging and stuff. Just any little place you can put it in, just put it in.
That's awesome. Listen, we've had a bunch of people. I want to tell you real quick that tip, guys, look, what you just said, it's like people watching, right? But doing it from a fitness study standpoint. So you're literally watching some folks in the gym doing some exercising and kind of calling out in your mind as if they were a client, right, what they're doing. Yeah.
Yep. And it helps put it deep in your brain, because when you can study as much as you want, but if you're not actively using it's not going to stick as well. I guess Great my tip. Other tip, I did lots of Quizlet things, and I did your guys' game that you did that one night.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that was cool. Let's see. So I just study as much as you. Oh, if you don't understand something, YouTube is your friend. There's so many videos out there. YouTube. I'm a visual person, so the little pictures and all that really helps me get it in there. And then before, like 2 weeks before I took my test, I skimmed through the entire book. If I couldn't look at something and know how to apply it or what it does, or like generally something about it, then I would go study it or watch a video on it or something, you know? And then I took the day before my test, so Thursday, I took completely off. I didn't do any studying. I just let my brain just relax. The morning of my test, though, I did go through my notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
From this study period.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Really cool. Yep. Any other tips that you have for these guys in this group that are getting ready to sit for the exam?
I would say some advice is, I was so nervous to make that date. This is the day that I'm going to take my exam. I was pushing off. And my husband came in and he's like, you need to just book it. And I'm like, but I'm not ready. And he says, you will never feel ready. So just, at the end of the day, you know what you know, you've studied what you've studied. You will never feel ready. Just do it. Yeah.
Awesome. Brooke, look, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing these tips. And I appreciate it. Guys, if you got value from what Brooke had to say, please drop a thank you below. We're going to continue to do these interviews. We put out a poll to ask you if you thought they were valuable. You said yes. Brooke, thank you so much for taking the time. And look, I'm gonna live through you. I'm just gonna think about these adventure driving that you're doing in that beautiful part of the country. Enjoy your travels. Last but not least, Brooke, will you tell them that you just passed this and you've already received a job offer?
I have, yes. I start next week, actually.
Guys,
local gym.
Brooke, congrats. Congrats. Awesome on that. It's all worth it. And now you're going to get it to start to help people. That's why we do this in the first place. So Brooke, thank you again for taking the time to jump on here. Have a great one. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Right.
Bye.
You too. Bye.